Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be playing the demo for Report on the Death of Robert Evergreen. We'll go ahead and just start it. Okay, so subject is just welcome to the local rag. Okay, so let's see. Hey kid, when I hired you as my replacement, I knew you'd be a great editor. I swear you're going to win our newspaper a Pulitzer yet. Just double check the Evergreen interviews and we'll be ready to write. I understand you're still a little new to the company computer, but it's really easy to use once you get the hang of it. You can find the audio recordings in a file on the desktop, listen through the interviews to get a sense of the situation. There are also transcripts of the interviews you can read if the recordings are hard to hear. Once you've listened to those, you'll need to review the writer's notes. Check the disk on the desktop and you'll see some preliminary ideas from the writer. Fill in the blanks as you see fit. Once you're done, hit submit and the writer will get started using your ideas as a base to work from. Well, I'm off to enjoy my retirement. Okay, so, and then what's this one? Upcoming rent due. Okay, so I have rent due. How much money? Do I have enough? Maybe that's not important. Okay, the local Ray. Let's look at these interviews. We got Detective Novak.
Okay, look. The official statement of the NYPD at this point is that the investigation is ongoing. Mr. Evergreen was found dead on the sidewalk on Monday morning. Apparently, he'd fallen from a great height. This probably happened either late Sunday night or maybe even early Monday morning. For now, we don't know the manner of death or whether it was the result of a homicide, accident, or suicide. It'd be improper for us to speculate on it at this moment.
Okay. Okay, what is this? Okay, detective at the crime scene seems to be... Okay. Oh, okay. So I get to pick... Okay, I think I'm getting it. So we're trying to figure out what we think about him. Okay, well this one was just... They're not really sure what happened yet. Fair enough. Okay. What's the next one?
Yeah. Deep fucking background. I mean, I'm just as surprised as you are. Of course I knew about the guy. The man was a living legend. Built a business out of nothing, made a fucking fortune and went on to marry one hell of a broad and ended up with 2 kids. I think it was something with Jay. Julia and Jim. Yeah, they're his only kids as far as I know. Only next of kin, too.
Okay, so he has 2 kids. Okay, got it.
No, not the wife. I mean, ex-wife now. They
Oh.
divorced 5 years ago. About as amicable as things can get with the rich and famous. There weren't any big courtroom fights or anything that I know about. Just kind of a quiet announcement on the society pages. What, a guy like me can't read the paper? Yeah, right.
Okay. Not getting a lot about what happened.
Since then? Nah, no one else has been in his life, not that I know of. He hasn't been seen with any special lady friend. I mean, there are the rumors, but...
Okay, what rumors?
Well, rumors going around saying Mr. Evergreen was something of a confirmed bachelor. I mean, not exactly my taste, but it's the 90s and, love is love, I guess.
Okay. So he's a confirmed bachelor, which I learned about in the root trees. Okay.
Look, what a man does in his private life, that's no business of mine. So long as it doesn't end up on page 6 or a holding cell.
Okay, I'm assuming, I hope I get more information about him in these later recordings, because if I'm honest, I just didn't get much about him. Statement on the matter of death. There was no speculations as... I mean, he did say that. I don't know yet. I hope that's not all I get on him. We'll come back to that. We'll look at J. Evergreen. So is this Julia or is this... Okay, so maybe it's one of the kids.
Listen, there's a lot you don't know about my dad. Sure, yeah, he seems like some kind of major success story. Rags to riches. Big company man. But I knew him better than anybody. I knew what he was like when nobody else was looking.
Okay. So what was he like then?
He was a fine dad to me and Julia. When we were growing up, you know, he and Mom had a nice house in the suburbs. They sent us to a nice school. But as soon as Julia and I moved out to start our own lives, something changed.
Okay, what changed?
I did my best to try and stay in touch with him. I really tried. But whenever I tried to call him, he wouldn't answer his phone. When I would come to his house and knock on his door, he wouldn't answer. When he decided to grace our Thanksgiving table with his presence, he hardly said a word to me. Hardly looked at me.
Okay, he sounds a little upset, which I think is understandable. Was he also this way with his other kid? I'd be interested to know.
I guess he must have decided that we weren't good enough for him anymore.
Okay.
I guess he decided that me, Julia, and Mom, none of us were good for him anymore. He decided it was time to ditch us. He ditched Mom straight away and then replaced her right after that. God, with that fucking guy he's with now. It's bullshit. Probably spends more time with him than he does his actual family. Can I get another drink?
Okay. Okay. That's a lot.
Listen. Everybody's gonna tell you the same old story. They're gonna talk about how great he was. They're gonna talk about all the wonderful things he did and all the lives that he changed. Julie's gonna make excuses for him like she always does. But I'm family. I saw a side of him that the rest of these people never did. Don't forget what I told you. I knew him better than anybody.
Okay. His son, I would say he does seem resentful. See, this is... Okay. Okay. Relationship with father. Knew him better than anyone else. That's how he feels. He kept saying that, but he also hasn't spent much time with him, so maybe it is like he used to know him, but they've grown distant. I think that's fair. Harbored... maybe... I don't think it's a lot of love, if I'm honest. I don't want to say nothing but hatred. Maybe, like, complicated feelings. Because, like, it is his dad. But he did seem pretty upset about the confirmed bachelor life. And him leave. But that could just be because he's not spending time with him anymore. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll leave it at that. We'll come back to it if need be. So I wonder if this will be his daughter then, Jay Anderson, if she got married maybe? Yeah.
Dad didn't kill himself. I don't care what anyone says. Dad didn't kill himself. He would never do that. He didn't have any reason to. He was happy, okay? Happier than I think he had ever been before. He had a thriving business. He had a family. He was about to have his first grandchild, for God's sake. There was nothing that would have been causing him this kind of grief.
Okay. She has strong feelings.
About... What do you mean about his... Jim? You spoke to Jim.
I don't think I
No,
have.
Jim didn't lie to you.
Oh.
But he
I
also... Look, You have to understand, of course the divorce was hard for all of us, but for Jim... Dad was Jim's hero growing up. He wanted to be just like him. So, for Jim, the divorce wasn't just sad, it was a betrayal. He can't see past his own anger. I mean, I was sad too when it happened. Everyone's upset if their parents get divorced, I think, but it made more sense to me. Mom and Dad were really careful to keep their arguments away from Jim. I mean, they also tried to keep their arguments away from me, but I still heard them. So I knew that Dad wasn't happy. So the divorce made me sad, but I didn't feel betrayed by it the way that Jim did. The way that Jim does. And when Jim told me about Dad's partner, I don't know, I guess it made some things make sense.
Okay. Okay, let's just go to the next one.
No, I've never met him. I never had the opportunity. I don't think he lives in the city. I mean, pretty sure that he and Dad didn't live together. I talked to Dad about it a little bit after Jim told me, mostly just because I was curious and, well, a little bit scared if it was true, with the virus going around and everything, but Dad told me that that wasn't something that I had to worry about, and, can't say that I understand it entirely, but Dad was happy, and I guess that was enough.
Okay, I'm not really sure. Okay, ask about Evergreen's personal life. I don't think she reacted poorly unless something in these other two are going to be brought up, which I mean, maybe reputation. I don't really think she's describing him as an upstanding man. So maybe, but I don't know that. She did say if it made him happy, but I don't know. Why dead?
I don't know why Dad is dead now. I don't know what happened. I just know that he wouldn't and didn't kill himself. He was too excited to meet his grandchild in March. He wouldn't kill himself. I don't know if it was murder or accident or whatever, but it wasn't suicide.
Okay. Okay, what about reputation?
Look, about Dad. I know that this is a juicy scoop, okay? I get it, but do you have to publish it? I mean, look, you don't have to lie, but you don't have to tell the whole truth either. You and I may be enlightened people, but the rest of the world isn't so forgiving, and Dad didn't even really want me to know. Dad had a reputation. It isn't right for you to destroy it.
Okay. I don't think she's hysterical. I don't want to just describe her as his pregnant daughter. So maybe amicable. We'll just go with that. Opinion of her father. I don't know that she's in denial about who he was, but okay. About his personal life, I mean, she said she was happy. If he was happy, that's enough. I don't necessarily think that's like approval. I don't think she necessarily reacted poorly. Did she describe him as an upstanding man? I mean, she said he had a reputation. We'll just say she approved. Opinion of her father. Maybe more of like a neutral stance to him. She didn't really like say anything that was like, oh my god, I love him, or he's horrible. So maybe that's where we'll leave it. Okay, who would be next? Who is M. Elliot?
I have a very busy schedule, so we'd best get to it.
Okay, understood. She's very busy. Next.
Something wrong? Oh, pardon me. Let me guess. You were, expecting someone taller? If you must know, I started going by Max at Wellesley. I found that it's helped open a few doors in this boys' club business.
Fair. Okay.
But that's not why you're here. You're here to talk about Mr. Evergreen.
Yes, okay.
We're all devastated by his passing, of course. Rest assured that Avandacia Investments will stay open, and we should be able to resume our normal business operations within a week. In fact, you may have heard our statement to that effect on Marketplace Morning Report. As for Robert himself, Mr. Evergreen was an excellent boss and business partner. A consummate professional, and an immaculate dresser, I must admit. Never a hair or cufflink out of place. And always a new Hermes tie.
Okay, so we'll go with business partner for now. I don't know that they're friends yet.
I don't know anything about his personal life.
Okay, so
Mr.
probably
Evergreen
not
kept his home
friends.
and work lives separate from one another. Like I said, he was a professional. It's something that I appreciated about him. I knew he had children. I don't know anything about his ex-wife. They were already divorced by the time that I began working here. No, I don't know that he was dating anyone. I also don't know that he wasn't dating anyone. Like I said, he kept his private life private.
Okay. We'll move on to the next.
Okay. Off the record. You heard me? Off. I know what you're getting at. You're not gonna take me for a fool. Because I am not a fool. You aren't gonna get anything salacious about Robert out of me. I know what rumors there were about Robert. They're the same damn rumors there have been about me my entire damn time in this industry. Sure, I heard the whispers after he left the company holiday party early, but as far as I know, he was just tired and went back home. I respected his privacy, and as far as I'm concerned, there is just as much truth to those rumors about Robert as there is to rumors about me. Which is to say, none. You know, Robert and I are the only people in this damn company who aren't spreading rumors. It's partly thanks to him that I'm here. It's where I am today. He's the first boss that I had ever had who didn't expect anything in return other than what I do best. Just to make sure that this business runs properly. And I appreciated that. I appreciated that immensely.
Okay. Okay. So we'll portray her as competent and professional, and we'll just say she didn't know anything about it. We're not gonna throw her under the bus. I kind of like her. We'll go for the last one. Oh, friend maybe.
I considered Robert my friend.
Okay.
Robert was the best boss that I've ever had in my entire career. Robert, Mr. Evergreen was never anything but professional with me. And the least that I can do now is to return the favor.
Sure. Okay. I like her. I think these are good options. She's a friend and business partner. She's competent and professional and didn't know anything about his personal life, we will say. Okay. Let's go to Bailey.
Hello.
Oh.
My name is Lieutenant Michael Bailey. I was Robert Evergreen's romantic partner.
Okay. Maybe we won't out him. We'll leave it. We won't out him unless in here he says he wants to be.
We had an on and off relationship for about 15 years. We met during Fleet Week. Between each of our different responsibilities, we didn't get to spend as much time together as I wish we could have.
Okay.
Of course, we kept our relationship a secret. If Robert's co-workers had found out, then he would have been discredited. If my superior officers find out, then I'll be discharged.
Yeah, we won't out him. Okay, what about family?
Yes, it's true his children found out, but Robert promised that they would keep it a secret. No, I wasn't close to his family. I didn't really meet his kids. I know that his son didn't react very well when he found out about our relationship. I think that he and Robert grew apart after that. I think Robert was closer with his daughter. Yes, I know he had a wife. They parted ways about 5 years ago. No, I don't have any more to say about his wife.
Okay. And finally, uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? Yeah. Yeah, of course I'm uncomfortable. Do you understand what kind of position I'm in here? I mean, I either reveal that Robert and I were in a relationship, in which case my life falls apart. Robert's family's lives fall apart. The company that Robert built could fall apart. Or I keep it a secret. I cover things up. I lie about it. In which case, the two of us might as well have never had a relationship in the first place. Nothing changes. Neither choice is good. I already made my decision. But either way, I can't help but feel like I have to regret my relationship with Robert. Which is... never mind.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna keep him anonymous. Okay. We're gonna say a victim of an oppressive system. I definitely think he cared deeply for Evergreen. He did start to say he feels like he regrets the relationship, but I don't know. I'm gonna say he cared deeply for him. 'Cause I am, or should I not? I guess you could say was close with would not expose. But I guess up here we're already saying an anonymous, or I could just call him friend. See, this is tough. Because we could just say he was a friend who was close with him and not out him. I just I don't know what. Should I be outing him? Okay. We need to just look at these again. So they didn't know what was going on. He talked a lot about, I mean, let's see. Part of this investigation is ongoing. He was found dead. Apparently he'd fallen from a great height. We don't know the manner of death, whether it was a result of homicide, accident, or suicide. Okay, it'd be improper to speculate. So we'll say no speculating. He's dedicated to... He didn't really seem... I don't want to say... I mean, all we really got from him was, like, kind of some, like, gossipy bits. I just, like... I mean, maybe that was the only thing. Knew about the guy. The guy was a living legend. Okay, so maybe he's not. It is just like, what was the private one? I mean, three of these are like about, we'll say he getting justice. I don't want to, we'll call him a well-meaning guy. I don't really know. We'll get out of this. Maybe I shouldn't. Resentful, used to know him well, grew distant. Am I trying to... Friend and business partner, didn't know anything. Anonymous romantic partner. Maybe we'll say he was an upstanding guy. Let's not... Will this be outing him, though? I guess because it does say he. So maybe friend who was close with. We'll just leave it as that. We won't out him. Okay, we won't out him. I think these are all done. So let's submit it. Okay. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, this is a lot. Okay. Robert Evergreen was found dead outside his workplace Monday morning, having possibly leapt from the building. Well, did I say it was possibly a suicide? I thought I said no speculation. Oh, that's fine. He was the founder and CEO of an investments company, a father of two, and a well-liked community member. According to the detective, the investigation is still ongoing. Novak, a well-intended NYPD investigator, also asked the public to come forward with any information that may be relevant. Evergreen is survived by two children, Jim Evergreen and Julia Anderson, as well as an ex-wife. Mr. Evergreen's daughter, Julia, is deeply upset by his sudden passing, although she supported his character and disposition. Mr. Evergreen's son, Jim, wasn't nearly so forgiving, having grown distant from his father since the divorce. Jim had a complicated relationship with Mr. Evergreen. Tragically, any hope of making peace died with Jim's father on Monday morning. Mr. Evergreen's ex-wife declined to comment. Mr. Evergreen's company will remain in operation, led by his business partner, Miss Max Elliott. Miss Elliott, a straight-laced woman with a keen eye for business, described Mr. Evergreen as a professional and an excellent boss and business partner. Okay. Mr. Evergreen will be missed by the community, having built a vast network of friends throughout his life. One such friend, Lieutenant Michael Bailey of the U.S. Navy, is a devout and well-respected naval officer. As one of Mr. Evergreen's closest companions, when reached for comment, he simply said, "We were unable to spend as much time together as I wished we could have." Okay. That's it? Oh. Okay. I guess you can just redo it, I guess. Okay. I mean, that was fun. It was interesting to, like, get to pick the options and kind of see how the paper came out to be based on the options that you had picked. I wished, and like maybe this is just the demo, so they could definitely add something, but I wish there would be like more of a response to see like how, like what your options, maybe how like the characters felt about the things that you had picked, or like some sort of like aftermath would have been cool to see. But again, this is just the demo. This game's not even out yet, so still plenty of time to see what that is actually like in the full game. But thanks for watching.